Hi, and welcome to the Ancova Empowerment Project's 5th Gala. Obviously, we're having to do this online because of everything happening in the world, but we are so glad that everyone is joining us right now. We're really excited to show you what the students have been working on this session. And right now, I would like to introduce Dave Calkins to talk a little bit about Ancova Empowerment Project.
Thanks, Joey. As Joey said, I'm the director of Ancova Empowerment Project, and I just feel so privileged to be in this position of directing this program. In 2015, we started designing Ancova Empowerment Project, and the thing that's quite really unusual about our program is that it's unique. There are no other programs like Ancova Empowerment Project. I've been speaking with a lot of people nationally for certain reasons about Ancova Empowerment Project in the past month, and the overwhelming sentiment that people are giving me is that Ancova Empowerment Project is unique, and that's one of the things that's just so great about working in this organization. Our mission is a really interesting mission. We help young people learn about, create, and share their music and films. And what does that mean? Well, it means that yes, the students who are in our program learn technical skills. They learn maybe how to play an instrument. They might learn about editing film, how to shoot film, how to write certain things. So they learn technical skills. But one of the biggest, I think, things about, there's two things that really stand out in my mind that really work in this program. And one of them is teamwork. Working with faculty, working with other kids, and working with their families even. The families are part of this too. I see that every time. The families are part of these films and supporting their kids and supporting the faculty. And so that's really an important part of what we're doing. It's really a privilege for me to work with this group of artist teachers. It's a world-class roster of teachers that we have. The important thing about them is that they're artists, they're professional performers, creative artists, but then they take that skill and that focus and they bring it to these students. And that's what really works and is really exciting for me. So I'd like to say thank you to the faculty for all the hard work that you put in for what you do and bringing your skill to this organization. I'd like to thank the nominators, the people who refer people to the program. You're just the heart and soul of this program, and you're finding kids that can benefit from our program and then guiding them through the process of getting into the program. And so thank you to the nominators. We use school counselors and therapists and sometimes parents and a lot of different types of people that are nominators, and that's a wonderful group. I want to say thank you to the foundations who've been supporting us. We started, like I said, in 2015, and we haven't been out of money totally that whole time. We have been close, but we've always had people step in, foundations, to help us, and that is continuing, and I really appreciate that. And you make it possible for us to do this. Along, of course, with the foundations are the individual donors. We have some regular donors, and I want to thank you so much because what you're doing is helping keep this program alive, and I'm so excited about what we can do in the future. With that said, I think I've covered some bases, so Joey, you're back on.
Okay, next up, I'm going to introduce our first faculty member that's going to perform, Tim Ostdiek, who's a singer-songwriter, and he will also have the privilege of talking about one of the students he worked with. So now he will be performing alongside our actual, our graphic designer for Ancova Empowerment Project, Jenny Balagna.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the wonderful introduction, Joey. I'm Tim, and this is Jenny. We're going to start off with a song that I wrote called Takes a Lifetime. And I'm working on a new record now called The Lost Days, and this is going to be one of the first songs on that. So here it is. Well, I've been drinking too much wine and staying out all night. I don't wanna face the sun, don't wanna act right. It takes committing some crime sometimes to feel alive. It takes a couple black eyes to know you don't wanna fight. It takes a lifetime to learn how to live. It takes a lifetime. It takes a long time to shed old skin. It takes a long time. It takes a war to know you want peace, though you might leave behind a few casualties. It takes a lifetime to learn how to live. It takes a lifetime. That perfect love, the kind that'd catch your eye in a storefront. Gonna find one worn and torn and scarred and scuffed. They'll teach me to give even more when I don't have enough. It takes a lifetime to learn how to live. It takes a lifetime. It takes a long time to shed old skin. It takes a long time. It takes a word to know you want peace, though you might leave behind a few casualties. It takes a lifetime to learn how to live. It takes a lifetime. Starting to see through the haze in this dive bar, to stumble outside and stare at the stars. Stop trying to figure out just what you are. The roses bloom, but they also thorn. An old tree grows from an acorn. In a lifetime. In a lifetime. It takes a lifetime to learn how to live. It takes a lifetime. It takes a long time to shed old skin. It takes a long time. It takes a word to know you want peace, though you might leave behind a few casualties. It takes a lifetime to learn how to live. It takes a lifetime. It takes a lifetime. It takes a lifetime. Takes a lifetime. very much, y'all. Thank you to the studio audience. And this is Jenny Balagna. Yeah, she designed the little cover that you saw before that. And now I get to talk about the student I worked with through AEP. This is my first time teaching with AEP, and it was such a joy. I worked with Kinlan Flegel in Longmont, Colorado, which is another exciting thing about AEP. This was the first time we worked anywhere outside of Nebraska. And I live in Longmont, and Kinlan was nominated, and it was a joy. I got to meet her over Zoom shortly before we started. And she just has so much energy. She's such a bright spark. And in that first meeting, we were just talking about what Ancova Empowerment Project did, and she was kind of quiet and nodded. She's like, "I love to dance. Can I dance in the project?" And you're like, "Absolutely, you can dance." And throughout our sessions, we just kind of learned how to create something original. And we started off doing these writing exercises. And she brought in some poetry that was really, really cool. So we kept writing, and somewhere along the line, some of the writing became a song called "Storm Is Coming," and we worked that song up, and she wrote this beautiful melody and wrote all the lyrics herself, and I helped kind of play guitar, and we finished the song and recorded it in my home studio in Longmont, Colorado. And then we created this beautiful music video where she got to dance and use her amazing talent as a dancer. I could help out a lot when we were doing the music part, but when we were doing the dance choreography, that was all her. So yeah, congratulations, Kinlan. It's such a pleasure to work with you, and it is my joy to present this certificate of completion that certifies you as a professional student of Ancova Empowerment Project. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tim and Jenny. So next up, we have another faculty member that is going to perform, Lauren Newell, who is a jack of all trades, basically. Singer, songwriter, I believe, as well. Actress, going to law school, going to law school, dancer, plays an instrument, all of it. So, and then performing with her is also her husband, Patrick Newell, who's very well known in our community as well. So here we go.
Thank you, Joey. Thank you. So like Joey said, my name is Lauren Newell, and it's been absolutely an honor to be working with this group. This is my husband, Patrick, and we are going to play a song I wrote called Something Better. And it actually started out as a song, I started writing it as I was cleaning out my gigantic mess of a craft room. And it turned into a song about life that I really, really love. So I hope you enjoy it. I've got a cupboard full of broken glass, shattered mugs and mirrors, picture frames and bottles from the trash. I've got a cupboard full of broken glass. I've got a cardboard box of odds and ends, lonely buttons, ribbons torn from dresses
itself up stronger every time it fell too hard. I've got a heart that's covered up in scars.
Thank you. Thank you. Can I hand this to you? Thank you. So now I get to talk a little bit about the student that I worked with, Katie Reimer. One of the cool things about working for AEP for me is that it's set up like a mentorship program where we get students, and as professional artists we get to help kind of build their craft with them and teach them, like Dave said, some of the technical stuff. And but what happens more often than not, I think, is that we end up learning more from the students than they learn from us. So I just want to thank Katie for our wonderful time together. We met mostly on Zoom, as is the world right now, but we did get to meet in person right when there was a lull during all of this stuff, and to get some filming and recording done. What Katie was interested in was singing and songwriting. And so we started just kind of talking about what kinds of things were interesting to her and what was weighing on her heart that she could use to make a song out of. And she had a lovely story about a friend, and she really wanted to reach out and talk to this person through this song. And what I learned from Katie was just that she is a completely bottomless well of giving. She's so generous, and when we were talking about her life and her friends, and she wouldn't say anything bad about anybody. If she had nothing nice to say, she'd say nothing at all. A lot of us can learn from that. But she was just delightful. And every day, no matter how tired she was or what was going on in her life, every time we met, she was there, and she was excited to work and excited to see where her writing and singing could take her. And so we ended up writing a really, really beautiful song. I say she ended up writing a really, really beautiful song that also is kind of fitting with our storm motif today. I think we called it Flood the Earth. But it's just beautiful, and her songwriting style is all her own. She actually taught me a lot about the conventionalities of songwriting that I always feel like I have to follow. She blew that wide open and made this wonderful piece of art that I couldn't have ever imagined. And so Katie, you lit up my week every week, and I hope we get to work together in the future. And it is my pleasure to give you this certificate. Certificate of completion. I don't know what it is with these. Tim and I are both struggling with our reading skills today, I guess. Anyway, that Katie Reimer completed this program, and we're so proud of her and all of the students that we've worked with. So, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Lauren. So now it is my turn to discuss the student that I got to work with. My student, however, is preferring to remain anonymous, but does go by Box TV, is this person's online persona. So during the film, when you guys all get to watch it, this person did an animation completely on their own. And it's just a really, really interesting work of art. And I believe the plan is for him to continue on with it and make a longer film. This person's brain works so interestingly, and it was a pleasure to work with him throughout the session and just see how he evolved and just the creative mind that he has. And so it was an absolute pleasure to work with you. I do like the mystery around all of this, so we'll keep it between us. I would show the certificate of completion, Lauren and Tim, but it has my student's name on it, so But to my student and your family, it was such a pleasure. I can't wait to see what you do in the future. And now I would like to introduce our director, the captain of the ship for Ancova Empowerment Project, singer, songwriter, filmmaker, Dave Calkins.
I like that, the captain of the ship. I don't know that I've ever been called that. I got seasick in a canoe one time. So that kind of sums up things for me. Make sure I'm tuned up here because I'm playing a nylon string guitar, which is a little bit different than Lauren's and Tim's guitars. And they're a little more sensitive to tuning, and they're not quite as loud. I really appreciate so much the fact that I really appreciate that little disturbance in the background. Back of the room. I really appreciate the fact that Lauren and Tim both did original songs. To me, that's, there's no requirement that the faculty has to perform original songs, but that's really important that just happened spontaneously today, because this is a program about creativity. It's about original work. And I didn't mention before in my opening remarks that this organization only does original work. So I'm not putting down any other organizations that don't do that, but that's what we do here. So we create something from scratch that's never been in existence before. And that's one of the difficulties and one of the joys of the program. So now I'm gonna do a song. I kind of gave myself a challenge. I said, I've written a lot of different kinds of music. I've done a lot of classical music, film scores. I've written an opera. I've written a lot of different things. I've written progressive rock and jazz where there's lots of chord changes. But I gave myself a challenge and wrote this song for today. I said, well, can I write a song with one chord? Just one chord. Can I make that work? And I used as my inspiration the classical music of India, because in India they do a whole concert with one chord, and they embellish that chord with lots of interesting rhythm and melody. So that's what was my inspiration for the song, and it's brand new, so as I play it, thoughts and prayers. There's a little section in the middle too, there's two sections, where I improvise with the drone. That's very much like some of the classical music of India, and if you get a chance, you should listen to some of that classical music of India. It's very entertaining, very fun. Okay, and this is called Look Within. I'm thinking of writing a song. I don't think it will take very long, and I'm hoping that it won't go wrong. So I'll look within. Inside every chord there's a scale. I work hard to practice them well. When I play, I hope you can tell that I look within. Look within, don't look up. Look within, don't look down. Look within, don't look to the side. Look within, don't look at the ground. Look within, don't look at the time. Look within, don't look at the date. Look within, don't look at the year. Look within, don't worry you're late. Creativity is empowering. Creativity is empowering. I'm thinking of making some art. The hardest part is making a start. I will do my best to make it with heart. So I'll look within. Breaking the rules is okay. If you have something important to say, you must find the courage to seize the day and look within. Look within, don't look up. Look within, don't look down. Look within, don't look to the side. Look within, don't look at the ground. Look within, don't look at the time. Look within, don't look at the date. Look within, don't look at the year. Look within, don't worry you're late. Creativity is empowering. Creativity is empowering. Creativity is empowering. Thank you. Thank you. Now I get to talk about my students. I had 4 students. It is such a pleasure to work with these students, and it's a real journey going through a session of AEP. It's about creating a working relationship with the student, and it's about both the faculty member and the student getting inside their heads to find that creativity. So that's what it's about. The first student I want to talk about is Ryan Weatherman. And he did, it was an amazing journey with Ryan, because we started out doing a film on bullying. And we shot some scenes, and this was all online. And it was very difficult to do online. And we shot some really good footage, but we kept working the concept and basically came to the conclusion that it probably was going to be too difficult to do what we wanted to do online. So we were a little bit at odds, and we were running out of time. But Ryan went on a trip to Florida with his dad, and then all of us, he took amazing pictures and footage in Florida. We came back, and he put this film together that is about this Kennedy Space Center. So Ryan, really, I learned so much about perseverance from you, and we stuck together, and you came up with real. And I think when you all watch the film, you'll see what a what a really inspiring piece of work this is. Ryan, congratulations on getting your certificate of completion for Ancova Empowerment Project. Get this going here. Okay. My next student that I want to talk about is Stephanie Fox. Stephanie is an amazing young girl. She's, I want to get this right, she's going, I think, into the 7th grade, and I might get some emails and calls about that if I get that wrong, but I think she's heading into the 7th grade. And she knew immediately what she wanted to do in terms of her project. She had it figured out, plotted out, and then she executed it with incredible professionalism. She taught me about professionalism, and I'm a professional, and it was amazing to see. She hit her marks perfectly. She never missed a session. She had all of her footage in on time. Her part of the film was done before anybody's else, and it wasn't the easiest one for sure. She also got other people to help her, and I really appreciated that. Special thanks to her mom, Becky, who does some of the character voices in the film. It's a film that is really quite amazing. It's starring guinea pigs, a bird, and a cat, and it's an adventure film. And I have to say special thanks to Tim Ostdiek, our faculty member, who is our tech guy as well, and also a resident composer who did a really wonderful film score for this piece. And so thanks so much, Stephanie, for your hard work and professionalism on this project. And here is your, Stephanie Fox, your certificate of completion for Ancova Empowerment Project. The next student I want to talk about, Vanessa Harpold. Her section of the film was exceptionally difficult, I think, to work on because of the subject matter. It's very serious. It's a fictional piece on suicide, but she was unwavering in her vision for this project. Vanessa's specialty is writing, and she has a future in writing if she continues to pursue it the way she is now. She's just doing an excellent job, and she's in journalism classes in school, and she's going to be a senior. And so she's I'm hoping that she continues with that and becomes an English teacher, a journalist, something with writing, because she loves writing, she has a passion for it, and she's good at it. This piece in the film is called What, with a question mark, and it's completely her work. And then she shot the images in her piece, and I think you'll really, if not enjoy her section, really appreciate it and applaud her talent. Vanessa, here's your certificate of completion for Ancova Empowerment Project. And last but not least, Ashton Roth is the next student that I want to talk about. And Ashton was just a pleasure to work with. He's working with cultural ideas around identity, and he's thinking about things like beauty. In fact, the section of his film is called Thoughts on Beauty. And he took wonderful photographs for the film, and he did wonderful drawings for the film, all the while making his narration on the soundtrack that he discusses his thoughts about what is beautiful and what he finds aesthetically pleasing. And so it was just a pleasure to work with him. Very professional, as all my students were, and very dedicated to the project, and just a pleasure to work with. So Ashton Roth, here is your certificate of completion for Ancova Empowerment Project. And now back to Joey.
Okay, so that is going to conclude this portion of the Facebook Live. Now we have the film that the kids, the students, worked on. It's at ancovaep.org. Again, that's Ancova, ANCOVA, EP.org. That will show the film Through the Storm. Once again, we want to thank all of the parents, our faculty, my good friends Tim, Lauren, Dave. They're wonderful partners who helped participate in this Facebook Live as well today. The film is called Through the Storm. And with all the chaos that we've been experiencing this last year and a half, the fun times, ups and downs, I think this is a really good piece. Once again, Ancova Empowerment Project is about empowering youth in a troubling world. So I think this film shows that, shows how art can help and help in so many different ways, emotionally, mentally, all of it. So once again, thank you. Thank you to the families, and most importantly, thank you to the students that we all got to work with this session. It was a true pleasure and honor for all of us. You all are brilliant. You all did such a good job. Pat yourselves on the back and keep doing what you're doing and stay safe. Bye, everybody.
Very good.